How about another round for Brewsday Tuesday? Here is Drez and Huck.
Another round indeed.
Why do they call it a round?
Because usually you're hanging out and everybody's hanging around like a table.
A round table?
A whole round. Like
the beer drinkers of the round table?
Beers of the round table, yeah. Yes.
That was a Jeopardy answer the other day.
I was with my sister down at Phase 2 when we saw Atlas Genius and all them. And those guys are Australian, and she's been to Australia a few times. She has some Australian friends. And they call a round, like basically for them, their version of a round is called a shout.
A shout?
Yeah. Like
their glasses are all upside down because they're on the other side of the world.
And it makes them shout.
Yeah, they're upside down.
Yeah. Either way, the more you know. we're learning you on Brewsday Tuesday here as we're drinking.
Ourselves.
As we're drinking beers, you handed me Lucky 39 IPA. It's a 7%. Like you said, we're getting to the bigger beers in the second round. And this is from Trapezium Brewing Company, which is actually not from Richmond. I see it's from Petersburg, Virginia.
Yeah, it's kind of like the southern, bad neighborhood below Richmond. I don't know. I haven't spent much time.
What makes it so bad? I don't know Petersburg that well.
I think there's, they're not as rich as Richmond, so sometimes there's more crime
well,
in those kind of places.
Richmond.
Right, they had all the tobacco.
They got all that money.
And the people in Petersburg, they were like hauling it up there.
They just got all the spit.
Right, they were getting the chewing tobacco, the smoking tobacco. I don't know. Petersburg just seems like a weird town to me. I've only been there a few times, but now I'm going to check it out because I'm going to go see Trapezium.
Trapezium.
So I got the Hardywood Hopkeeper with the B on it. So what do you know? Got a little Virginia honey in it.
A little more honey.
It's 8.5%, 30 IBUs. And it's a bigger boy. It's 500 milliliters, right? And it's Virginia-grown pale malt from Copper Fox Distillery in Williamsburg. It's a double IPA. And blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay, fair enough. Virginia roots.
So with the, we do the Untappd thing, and one of the other things that you always can do is upload a picture. So I always take pictures of the beers and the bottles with them. And I just realized I did the picture, and it's like, man, it's so dark, I can barely see the label. And now I realize why. It's because we didn't turn on the lights because you forgot the camera. We always like to have the lights on.
This is going to be it'll be our best show ever, and I didn't video it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you forgot the camera, man.
Well, I had a lot
What's
going
up?
on.
Why'd you forget the camera?
Because I've got my drone out, and I've been playing with my drone.
Oh.
And I've been putting the camera on my drone and this and that, and I think it's in my drone box.
The drone box.
The
dreaded drone box.
No, I love the
Maybe
drone
next
box.
show you could film it on the drone. Like you could have it flying around the studio.
I don't think so. I was trying to fly the drone into my office. It has a garage door, and there's almost a bad situation. You're gonna have problems when you fly the drone inside.
So Hardywood, I have been there before. I know Legend is probably the most well known because they've been around so long. They're a staple,
right?
But I think Hardywood is right up there of go to one of the very well known.
Yeah, I would say Hardywood is in the same ilk as Star Hill and Devil's Backbone and O'Connor.
Yeah. They're a big boy.
It's a big boy, and as a matter of fact, I was just looking
because I'm sure they've probably been around for a little while too. They weren't in the big
2011.
So fair, 7 years. They're not part of the big craft beer boom that happened in the last 5.
They went from 0 to 60, and okay. I'm just going to say this. I think they started 3 years ago. They're going to build this, $15 million facility, beer campus in Goochland, right? Well, now it's up to $28 million.
Wow.
And they still haven't built it, but they're saying they're building it now, 2018.
It seems like
this is an old this statement on their website is a tap room is slated to open in Charlottesville in 2017. I think they did, and I think I went there. It was okay, kind of sleek, clean. The guy behind the bar was hilarious, and I had some of their beers, but it was the last beer before I Ubered back to the hotel.
This was so
Don't remember.
So yeah, anything could have been fun then. That you said that was in Charlottesville.
That's in Charlottesville,
and that just recently opened.
Recently opened. It is open. It said it was going to open in 2017, and in 2018, Hardywood will open a new $28 million brewing facility and a beer campus. Now,
where?
In Goochland, and they've been saying that for 3 or 4 years.
The old Gooch. It seems like that's a trend, man. A lot of breweries have these big plans, and they keep getting pushed back, or things happen.
Well, they did it right at the moment that people realized that craft beer was dropping back, and there's a lot of reasons that's happening. One of them, and this is politically incorrect to say, but one of them is that InBev bought a bunch of craft breweries, and now they can go to the big chains and say, "Hey, we have craft beer, and don't buy anybody else's," and they pretty much do that. Used to be able to get at least a few local beers at your local Walmart, even Walmart, Kroger's, and then Walmart's brewing beer. And it's like, so it's hard to get your beer on a shelf.
What beer is Walmart brewing?
I can't remember the name of it.
That's news to me.
It doesn't say it. It doesn't say Walmart, but they have a little section of their beer.
Really?
Yeah, we could do a show on it. I've had it. It's not that good.
What beer does Walmart have? Trying to think.
They do really have plain label.
They do have like in the Walmart here in Radford that I can think of. There's like the end of the beer cooler is like the craft beer section.
Right, but they're all InBevs.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, maybe a couple that Miller owns. But I mean, it's just you don't see Bull and Bones in there. You don't see
definitely not.
Any local breweries. You don't see them.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they can. I don't think Bull and Bones distributes at all.
No, but I mean, even Star Hill, they might have 1 or 2 labels from them.
In fact, I don't think any of the breweries around here actually distribute.
Yeah. Well, with the small breweries canning and bottling, you see 2 things. One is they're big enough like Hardywood that they're putting some beer out regionally, or they're like the Vale, and people just come and buy all the beer.
People come and buy
all the beer.
Yeah, that's good.
So those are like the 2 versions. So the little guys, even the ones that are bottling, I just don't see them. I mean, I see they'll have bombers in the cooler, 6-packs, but you don't see it out.
No.
Unless you go, and even like, can I just throw a pet peeve out there?
Let's do it.
I just like in Richmond, I was driving like it's 8:45. I'm like, oh, there's a Total Wine. It's open for 15 minutes. I'll go in there and get some Richmond beer. So I go in there, and they got a whole section of Richmond beer. What is it? Cases and 6-packs. So then I'm like, do you have any bottles? I'm like, yeah, here we have these 4,500 beers by style, and some of those are from Richmond. And I'm like, can I get a little help here? We're busy closing, and you have 5 minutes to pick. So
bastards,
So I'm just decided I'm going to do what I did one day in Vegas, because in Vegas you can do anything. Is I'm just going to break the 6-packs in the regional section, and they can go find them on the shelf and put them back because they'll know what they're looking for then.
I will say this: in Kroger, they have the build your own 6-packs. Yeah. I've been known to do that once or twice. I don't think they like that.
Well, the Kroger build your own 6. That's a good example. You go and look at those beers, and you email me a list, and I'll tell you who distributes them, and it ain't gonna be no small beers in there. It's like somebody from the big beer company goes, "Hey, I do these." I mean, I'm not. I mean, everybody's in business to make money and everything.
Well, of course.
But come on, guys. I mean, that's why everybody's like, "Oh, well, nobody buys craft beer." No, we don't buy it at the grocery store. We buy it at other places. We buy it at the brewery. We buy it at Total Wine. We buy it at the Vintage Cellar. We buy it at the Cellar beer store. But we can't buy it at the big store. We would if it were there. I don't even go in the beer aisle. I don't even go there. Why should I? What's going to be there?
Not if you. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you. Well, I go to the Kroger here because sometimes I don't want to go all the way to Blacksburg to try and buy beer.
Well, I used to stop at the Gucci Kroger in Roanoke, which is on...
Gucci Kroger's in Blacksburg.
Well, no, there's one in Roanoke, too. No, it's even better. It's probably like...
Gucci Kroger.
It's probably... Okay, I'm sorry. I misspoke. It's the Macy's Kroger.
There you go.
Okay.
And that's the one that actually has the beer tastings and stuff in it, right?
Growler fills. Yes. And their selection is down. I was there about a month ago. I had to go from Roanoke to Floyd, and I said, I think I'll go to the Macy's Kroger. And I went in there and was like, what happened here? And they got more wine and less beer. They used to have a bottle of Utopias on the shelf, and I don't think they still do. Yeah. Well, I think the lady left.
Well, see, now how can you be dogging on? Well, I guess that is still a big boy, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, they're still the largest craft brewery.
But they're well distributed.
Oh, yeah. but not their good stuff. We don't get their good stuff. You go to Boston, you can get some good Boston beer.
Yeah, that's Sam Adams, by the way. You just said Utopia. I know what you're talking about.
Utopia.
Most people might not.
Yeah, no, they might not.
Yeah.
So anyway, I digress. But anyway, hopefully Hardywood will open that
digress.
giant thing, and we can go up there and party.
That would be cool.
They should invite us.
I'm waiting for the
I
invite.
have 2 $5 off coupons that are good till September at Hardywood.
Well, here's hoping it opens before September. I'm not holding my breath.
No.
Hold the coupons. Well, speaking of Hardywood, man, have you had enough sips of that? What are you sipping over there again? What is it?
It's a Hop Keeper. It's a double.
The Hop Keeper.
Double IPA.
Oh, I love them DP.
With Virginia honey.
The DIPAs, man. The Dippas, dude.
Strangely enough, again, I had that last beer after you. And the honey was changed the texture of the beer, and it does again, but I think it changes it for the better with this beer. I didn't think it was for the better with the Strange Ways beer. But yeah, it's a little dry for an IPA, in my opinion, for a double IPA, but very, very smooth. Look at that lacing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, there's no camera.
You can't
Sorry,
look at
people,
it.
you
I'll
can't
look
see
at
it.
it for you.
I'll take a picture of it and put it on Facebook.
Or on Untapped.
Yeah, I'll take a picture right now. But while I'm doing that, anyway, I'm going to give this beer, I'm on the line, but I really like the label. It's kind of simple, green with the B and all. I'm a 4.5. This is a pretty darn good double IPA.
And of course, you got to like that nice Hardy APV.
Hardywood. Everybody wants a Hardywood.
All right. It was like what, 8 something?
8.5, brother.
8.5 is pretty good.
Yeah, it's up there.
All right. Well,
time I finish it, I'll be giving it an 8.
Another pretty Hardy ABV over here was the 7%, the Lucky 39 IPA. While it's not a double IPA, it almost has the APV of one. It says it's hopped using our bunny hop technique. This IPA features a minimalist grain bill to showcase its great hops flavor. It's pretty good, man. I don't know a whole lot about Trapezium Brewing Company. Do you?
Yeah, I've been around a couple of years. They have 4 main beers, and they make some other ones. And they're understaffed because said their website might not be up to date. They're in downtown Petersburg, and they try to do things a little different, but still make good beer.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, man, they're doing something right because this beer, I don't know, it sounds like they don't have a whole lot to choose from, but maybe they're one of those quality over quantity type of breweries.
And they did say they're distributing down all the way to Asheville and to the beach. So maybe they're bottling cannon.
Got something
it could
going
be a
on.
local brewery bottling cannon. And that's in a bottle.
And it's in a bottle. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, this is a solid IPA, man. This is pretty much what you're looking for, man. It's got the hops. There's no doubt about that. Lacing-wise, it's not quite as pretty as yours over there, but, it gets the job done. It's got a beautiful color to it, the hue, the flavor. 7%, I like that too. This one's probably about a 4.25, man. This is a solid beer over here.
That's a good score there.
I agree. So you alluded to what we're doing next week on
something called D9. I know absolutely nothing about it, but the cans look cool, and they had 4 different ones, and I said, hey.
There we go.
There's a show.
There's a show right there. All right, so a new brewery, new to us, on the next Brewsday Tuesday. And of course, and if you have an idea that we should do for a show or a beer that we should drink on the show, you can, of course, reach out anytime. Drez at 1053thebear.com is my email. Huck's Beer Buzz on everything is how you can get a hold of Huck over here.
For email.
Gmail,
but hook
Facebook,
me up on
Twitter.
Facebook. Like my page. Like it. Just click that like button.
If you like it.
I'll respond if you
loves it.
speak to me.
Message, all that good stuff. Huck's on the social. He likes to do it.
I do like to do it.
And we like to drink beer, but
we're running out today.
Yeah, we're done now.
Out.
So we'll take a quick break. We'll get back to the tunage right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.